Is there something God has asked you to do? Do it today. Today. The love of God will be perfected in you when you obey him. We can be sure that we've truly come to live in intimacy with God, not just by saying, I am intimate with God, but by walking in the footsteps of Jesus. I'm going to read it again. We can be sure that we've truly come to live in intimacy with God, not just by saying, I am intimate with God, but by walking in the very footsteps of Jesus. This is interesting. When I taught outside the other day, there was also a lawnmower. And it was a great depiction because I told the class, if you do anything without love, that's what you sound like to God. If you do anything, what does it say? You could be burned. You could be burned at the stake. And if you don't do it because you love God and you love people, you sound like that. Your prayers, oh, how beautiful linguistically. Oh, you get up at CFNI, they pass you the mic and you just, oh, but you don't love nobody. It's in, and the people are like, oh, but God, because you don't love anybody. In your worship, I am hungry. I am thirsty for more of you. But to God, because the Bible is so clear, 1 Corinthians 13, anything you do without love for God and love for his people, it is worthless. That's a hard word to take. I'd be afraid to say it if it wasn't in the living word of God. Plain as day. 1 Corinthians 13. But then it says in 1 Corinthians 13:8, love never fails. So anything you do in love can never fail. You know why I chose the footsteps of Jesus over my own shoes? Because I'll never fail. And when I got rid of everything, and I laid everything down to put on his sandals, you know, I was in my own world, doing it my own way, walking in Jade's footsteps. Jade's footsteps are failure. Please don't follow Jade's footsteps. But like Paul said, I will tell you, follow me as I follow Christ, as long as you see me in these sandals. Come on, the J slips. They're literally called J slips for Jesus slips, okay? But the moment that I decided to step in, my yes, and at first I was walking like this. I didn't know how to walk in these things. But I started walking and moving and flowing and going. And the moment that I did, fruit began to be produced in my life. I wasn't even trying. Because love doesn't fail. You want to be successful, right? I don't want to fail. You want to live lives that like are successful and fruitful, right? Just love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and then do something else just like it. Love your neighbor as much as you love yourself. Have you noticed when you are in a selfish place, you are obsessed with yourself? Has anyone ever been obsessed with themselves? Can you be honest? Like when someone hurt you, how many times did you say me and I? Right? I can't believe you would do that to me. Do you know how loyal I was? And then you would go do that to me with all that I've done for you? With all that I've done for you? The you's gone, right? But the I's like, woo! When we're selfish, we're obsessed with ourselves. It's like Joyce Meyer says, you wake up thinking about yourself. Have you ever woke up thinking about yourself? How miserable. This morning I woke up thinking about you. I'm full of joy. Then I woke up thinking about the next generation on the second wake up. The mornings I wake up thinking about myself are the worst days of my life. But can you imagine if you started loving people obsessively the way you used to love yourself? If you obsessed over loving God's people? If you were out like a secret agent? Come on, we were out rolling with burritos in the car. Secret agent whipping through the streets. They thought we were doing drug deals. We had people calling people and stuff, calling managers and stuff. We're like, it's just a burrito. Mexican Coke. All is well, no drugs here. I was just sharing last night how the cops came to my house in 2015. I took my nephew out on a homeless outreach. He was about 11 years old. I took him out to the homeless. We had suitcases full of stuff. I was emptying my life out, giving it to the homeless. My nephew was with me. Somebody thought I was dropping him off with the homeless. Wow. So they called the cops on me. I'm playing soccer with my neighbors and the cops pull up. Man, can you talk to me about what happened earlier today? I was like, can you remind me? Because anything could have happened, you know. Can you remind me? And he said, tell me about you dropping off that little boy. I said, oh, you talking about my nephew, huh? He's right here. Here's some pictures of what we did today. I started scrolling through the suitcase, and I had documented everything, and he just goes, wow. And I said, yeah, my bad, because, and he went, no, it's not your bad. You know how God can just speak through a police officer you don't even know that you're scared of? No, it's not your bad. You don't ever apologize for doing good for humankind. But the police whipped up to the house. Had them pull us over before, try to figure out what we just handed out the window. Come on. In his steps, you will be fruitful.